Today's video is going to look at dividing into a given ratio. This is a level 5/level 6 skill, basically depending on how many ratios you've got, right? So we're going to breeze past an introduction to ratio. Hopefully you'll know what it is. If not, you can look it up on My Maths or on YouTube. Basically, ratio is a way of comparing different quantities of things, right? So if it's two numbers, just comparing a quantity of one thing to a quantity of another thing, and it can be based upon 2 numbers, 3 numbers, 10 numbers, 50 numbers, whatever. Okay, it's just a way of comparing different amounts of certain things. We're going to have a look at an exam-based question straight away. So Alex and Ross receive £180 from their nan at Christmas. They split the money in the ratio 3:2, and your task, obviously I haven't written it, is to work out how much each person gets, right? So classic type of question, they was asked a certain amount of money and how they split it, and they want you then to split it up accordingly for each person. First step, what we're going to do underneath is we're going to write each person, so Alex at one side and Ross one side, and then underneath them how many parts they get. So there's Alex, there's Ross, and we're going to use different colours. Alex gets 3 parts and Ross gets 2 parts. The colon means the word 2 basically, so 3, 2, 2. That's how that reads. Now think of this in terms of money. If there was 2 people sitting in front of you and it was Alex and Ross, what 3:2 means is for every £3 I give Alex, I'm going to give Ross £2. Then I'm going to give Alex another 3, and I'm going to give Ross another 2, and I'm going to do that round and round until basically I've used up all of the £180 that we've got to split between us, right? So £3 to Alex, £2 to Ross. Underneath that then, this is just a little support to start you off. You don't have to use this, but little diagrams just showing the parts that Alex has and the parts Ross has. Now the first thing is to work out what we call the total parts. Now the total parts I want you to think about is, in one cycle, how much money you're giving away. So think about it as if you're a car dealer, right? You give some to Alex, some to Ross, and then you go back round. You give some to Alex, some to Ross, and then you go back round again. So if I give £3 to Alex and £2 to Ross, and then I start my cycle again, £3 to Alex, £2 to Ross, in one turn, I'm giving away £5, okay? So £3 to Alex, £2 to Ross, that's £5, and then I start with Alex again, and I follow with Ross, and I just keep going until I get to 180. So in one turn, I give away £5. That's what that total parts mean. Okay, so I know I give away £5 per cycle I do. Now I've got to find out, well, how many lots of £5 am I going to have to give away until I use up all of my £180? If you're trying to find how many lots of one thing in another, you're generally talking about division. So it's £180 divided by 5. Okay, that total I've got divided by how much I give away per turn. So the number of cycles, or the number of times I'm going to have to go back around and start my loop again, is going to be 36 times. So in my little diagram, this is if you're using the support, in each little box, I'm going to write 36. Okay, each part they have is worth 36. Right, now for Alex, he gets £3. That's what my ratio tells me. He gets £3. And how many times does he get it? Well, he's going to get it 36 times, because that's the amount of times I go round between Alex and Ross, and then back to Alex, and then back to Ross. So he gets it 36 times. So if he's got £3 36 times, he's got £108. And Ross then, in a similar way, he gets £2 36 times as well. So 2 times 36 is 72. So if we split this £180 as Alex getting 3 parts and Ross getting 2, then Alex at the end should have £108 and Ross should have £72. Now the nice thing with this type of question is you can check your own answer. You can basically tell whether you're right or not. And to do that, if you think about it, well, when I combine what Alex has got at the end and what Ross has got at the end, when I put them together, I should have the total of what I started with. So £108 Alex is having, plus the £72 Ross is having, and that should get me back to the 180 I've got all together. 108 plus 72 does give me 180. Now think about it, if that didn't come to 180, so say it was 150, well, what that actually means then is I've used up money I don't have, or if it came to more than 180, it would mean that I've used up more money than what I had in the first place, right? So it has to always total back to whatever the figure is in the question. Now there's a little mnemonic we use for remembering basically the method for doing any type of dividing into a given ratio question, and that's add. First step is add. That was applicable to my total parts question. So add the ratios together. Second part is divide. Divide the total amount in the question by the total parts. And last bit then, multiply. So once you've found the number of cycles, multiply that by the original ratios that each person gets.